What do you think is like the one of the most common misconceptions about HLP?
Oh, that we swing up. We don't swing up. Never. I've never said one time in the cage, swing up. Okay. So our goal, we swing down. We just swing down our backs. And I know that's...
You just did a video about this.
I literally just did a video about this. Yeah. And so the goal with us is as we're turning the barrel, we still have this feeling in our hands that is taking this barrel down. I mean, at the end of the day, like a good pitch is going to be underneath your hands anyway. So like there's this feeling of the barrel still coming down. The difference is that we have context on how we want to turn it. And so like when I turn the barrel down, I'm swinging down in my mind, right? Like I'm swinging heavily down. I'm just turning the barrel like this as I swing down. And so you couple this feeling with the rear leg turning and the emphasis on swinging down, and you couple all those together and you get the result of what looks like, I guess the epitome of it would be amazing, like Aaron Judge at the prime of his career right now, right? But when you see constraint drills that are focused on just this, then everybody assumes that, well, you're just trying to drop the barrel and swing up. And it's like, none of us are trying to do that. You're just seeing one small portion of the swing where we're trying to exaggerate a feeling, and we're trying to train something that is completely against what most hitters have been training their whole life with swinging down in this way. And we're trying to ingrain that and make a change to them, like systematically over a long period of time. But you're only seeing like a brief moment on camera on social media of a drill. You see what I'm saying? And so people see that and they're like, oh, they're swinging up. They see that we're staying on one leg excessively longer than they ever would in a game. They're like, they're stuck back, and then because there's no massive forward momentum and some big scissor, they're like, oh, well, now you're spinning. And it's like, but we're not, like I think what people are seeing on camera is just so against their biased worldview on how they viewed the swing their whole life that regardless of how open-minded their Instagram bio says, they're really not, and they're not willing to apply the scientific theory and actually trial test this over a long period of time with a ton of athletes over a wide demographic of different age groups. And because they lack that ability to actually go do that, they'll never open their mind to actually trying it for a long period of time, And so it's like that's why I'm so confident in it and I'm passionate about it, is just because I've trained more people with HLP than anybody else in the world. And it's only because we have a full-time staff. We train hitters around the country. We have 2 locations. And so we have the ability to train thousands of athletes. And because of that, we have the data to back up like how we created the systems for it. And like that's why my perspective is different. Now I'm open to other people's perspectives because I was there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And we've had to take on thousands of athletes who come in with that same perspective. So we've had to learn how to like work around that perspective in order to get the desired outcome that we want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that it's possible for anybody if they actually like be as open-minded as their Instagram bio allows them to be.
Would you say, and I think I feel this way about even just a lot of different hitting philosophies, not just HLP. Do you think there's ever a time when we overtrain something that could potentially just happen naturally?
That's a good question. I think so. I don't think that happens too often, though. I think what usually happens is we undertrain things because we think we're better than what we are. And so I think that the opposite end of that spectrum happens way more than that. I think, like any coach can kind of beat a dead horse. I've done it. Like I still make mistakes. I've been coaching for over a decade now. I think I had my first lesson in like 2014. And so I still find times where I'm like, just shut up. Like don't talk and just like let this athlete do what he needs to do. And that's just part of like experience with coaching. I think that the longer you're in the game, you realize like, okay, everybody does have an ego and everybody, can tend to coach too much and beat a dead horse too often. And it's just like your experience. I think you get better at it the more that you coach and the better that you do it. Right. But I think the opposite end of that spectrum happens way more, that people actually undertrain significantly, whether in the weight room or with their swing, and they focus on things that they're good at instead of stuff that they suck at. That's why we only get people really who have been in enough pain to actually be like, I'm going to do this all the way and I'm going to see if this works. And it's not people who are like, I'm going to try it for an off season or I'm going to try it for 2 months. It's people who are like, I'm going to try this because I see it on video. It makes sense to me. I'm struggling right now, usually is where it comes from. And they're like, I need to just figure this out. And then those are the people who usually see success over a long period of time. So they're doing it for 2, 3, 4 years. Like our best athletes have done it for years and they're good now, and it's like, who's to say that they would be better if they didn't do it, But in my opinion, they're where they're at right now because they went all in on it years ago.
If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the full podcast, click right here. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you find this content valuable.